what's up? My name is Jason Storey, founder of Unknown Union. My journey, how did I end up here? Sometimes it's crazy when I think about it and what it took to arrive at this space. But just to give you a little bit of background on me, I grew up in the United States. I was born in California, grew up in Arizona, then did my schooling in Michigan and then upstate New York. And then I spent the last sort of 10 years before I decided to move here in New York City, working as a corporate attorney. But for about 16 years now, since 1999, I've been coming to Cape Town, visiting it, and fell in love with this place in terms of the energy, the art, the culture, the people, the sense of brotherhood and sisterhood that exists here. It's always been something that's been extremely motivational and inspirational for me. So it was a place I always knew I wanted to work. And so there was a point where I was tired of doing what I was doing in New York. So I talked to my wife, and she was like, "What's gonna make you happy?" And I was like, "I want to quit my job and go make cash in Cape Town." So. We packed up the white, we packed up, brought our 3 kids, and then, sat down here and went to work. And we started making designs and built an amazing team. And right now you're inside our store, which is called Unknown Union, where we feature art of any type we can imagine. So we have exhibition space right now. There's visual art up on the wall, but we have there's live performance that happens here. We have an internet-based radio station that broadcasts live from here, giving platform to different voices and interesting opinions, all of it through music, and then as well as fashion. So we design here locally. We have a team of designers that really experts, people who've been making textiles for 30, 40 years, and without them we couldn't do what we do. And so that was my journey. My journey was literally one of stepping off the cliff into the unknown. I guess that's really what I was trying to say, daring to do that thing that at least most, quote, responsible people in society would tell you not to do. Don't leave the career, don't leave the job, don't leave the position. And I have to tell you, I'm glad I did, because stepping off that cliff, I fell into a space that has breathed new life into my life and into my children's life, and I'm thankful to be here in Cape Town doing it. There's many different people from all over the world who have made this place home, from different countries, from tons of different cultures, tons of different languages, and here they're walking alongside one another, interacting with one another, seeing one another, not getting along with one another. And as a result, because of that dynamic situation, the art and the culture, like the atmosphere that is ripe for producing very interesting things. It brings out something from the inside that's authentic and genuine. But there's a huge gap here in wealth. Right, so as you are walking the streets, there are people here who have nothing, who are asking you for food or a couple of rand, which is a local currency, to buy something to eat. There are people sometimes who haven't had an opportunity to get to a bathroom to clean themselves in a while, and there's people who are literally driving right down the street next to them in Lamborghinis or Maseratis. It's not uncommon to see them around. And I think there's something that's special in that, because I've seen folks who have nothing or have very little, but then somebody asks them for it and they'll like give right away. Like, if I've seen people, they're eating a sandwich and someone's like, I'm hungry, and I'll finish my sandwich. It's the spirit that they call Ubuntu, which is that there's no me without you. And so I bring that up because it's a societal problem, right? But that we all face in all parts of the world and all walks of life. However, the solution that I'm seeing is actually being put into action on the streets. There are probably more macroeconomic solutions that should play. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the social solution of seeing people not for what they dress in, not for what they can afford, not for what car they drive, but seeing a human being for a human being and recognizing the humanity in somebody else, even if their circumstances are inhumane. And so that is a huge source of inspiration for me here as well. And a lot of the clothing that we produce, we want to tell the stories of people. We haven't told any social stories like that so far. Mostly it's related to specific cultures, or like the Chokwe. We recently did a collection around as a tribe of people from northern Angola, southern Congo. From Lesotho, we did a collection based on their history, etc. But I guess my point is, we see fashion as a vehicle for telling stories and for communicating ideas. And this is a special place where that can be done, because there's an environment that allows for it. So, yeah, come to Cape Town if you come. Don't listen to what those guides tell you. Don't listen to the hype, don't listen to the fear. Come, experience this place for yourself, and that's what I'll leave you with. Experience the earth for yourself, because it's ours, and don't let anybody else tell you what the hell it is. Find out for yourself and own it. It's ours.